All right, real quick video as I'm putting Newswave together right now for tomorrow morning. There is something that's come up a couple of times now, and it's for the Switch 2, technically. But when I saw this start to make the rounds online, I was a little surprised because what this is basically has happened just about every time a new system's come, at least recently. But I even remember this back during like the Xbox 360 days online in the earlier parts of the internet. But this is it's a Switch 2 scam that's going on right now. And when I saw some larger accounts even quote tweet it and mention it, I was a little surprised, and that kind of makes sense why I started getting DMs about it, just pointing it out in case I wanted to include it in Newswave, which I don't really want to there. So instead, I figured I'd make a dedicated video here quickly, just so you know exactly what to look out for with apparently the newest Switch 2 emulator on the block. Yes, we're going to take a look at that. So if you guys enjoy the video or find it helpful, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. So this is the video that started to make the rounds after this post was made from this account called Axiom Emu. And this is an account that I guess it's been around for a little bit. It doesn't really have much of a following behind it at all. It just says they're making a Switch 2 emulator. And they shared this video, this footage that looks terrible. So you watch it and it's running. And the idea is they show this you can see this exe that opens, and then it shows Mario Kart World running at a lower frame rate. It's stuttering and stuff. And the idea of showing it running like this is, in their mind, it looks more believable. Well, it must have, because it garnered 94,000 views pretty quickly. And then people, like I said, larger accounts had even more views and likes and stuff on it after they were quote tweeting it, only to go back and realize what had happened here. Now, since this was sent out, they've been just posting images of it. Apparently, there's another one that's similar that's doing Patreon. So you could take a look at the repo they have on GitHub, and it's empty, but they do have a link, as you can see, to their Discord. So what happens here, and again, it's something that's been going on. It's almost the oldest trick in the book. If you find, in this case, the Switch 2, but a system that's just come out, and you can pitch something like an emulator or a way to hack the system. Again, going back to the days of the Xbox 360, especially early on, there were all kinds of supposed hacks that were happening to the system that would let you just play all these games for free. All right, and they would have them set up as these phishing pages and collect information from you. A lot of times email and maybe your first and last name. Sometimes it would get a bit more serious where they would look for more financial information from you. But when, in this case, the repo for Axiom is empty and it's just a link to a Discord that people in replies are saying is then seeking more information from you specifically, it's like, okay, it's very obvious that this is set up because the Switch 2, people are really, really looking forward to the idea of a Switch 2 emulator. You see it online because the Switch 1 was emulated very, very quickly. I mean, it was like throughout the system's life, probably halfway through the generation, it got to the position where you got better performance and the games looked better, everything, if you emulated it on a PC as opposed to running it on the real hardware, like the original hardware that the game was designed for. The Switch 2, though, will be a bit more difficult, okay? I mean, think about it this way. We just now started to hear about PlayStation 4 emulation being in a playable state, and the Switch 2 being more capable. I know it's still linked to the Switch 1 in terms of the OS, and it's still ARM-based. It's still a Tegra, but it's a newer Tegra that is not well documented at all. So you kind of put two and two together there, and then you see how someone magically got a Switch 2 emulator running, and now all these other games are running, and they just need you to come into their Discord to give them more information. Yeah, pretty obvious that this is a scam. And again, I kind of saw it and said, yeah, obviously it's not real, and kept going. I was just surprised that so many people seemed to be discussing it and how it was going around online. And then eventually people started to remove their posts around it when they discovered what was actually going on over on that GitHub. But to go a bit further here, I wouldn't be shocked if just more of these started to pop up online around the Switch 2 again, because there is such an interest right now in the Switch 2 hacking scene and the Switch 2 emulation scene. even being able to dump your game. So this right now is a time period where you have to be very vigilant around these kinds of situations. And for the most part, you'll see coverage that happens more out in the open around this, okay? So if there is, say, a switch to exploit that's found, it'll probably be discussed in like homebrew or different forums like GBA Temp at length before you even see any kind of release, all right? And even then, it may already be patched out by Nintendo, as they have programs that are set up to where they will pay out bounties typically for more serious exploits that could open it up to this. So no, there is no switch to emulator at this time. There is a switch to scam that looks like an emulator. So yeah, at this point, just putting it out there in case you were wondering, that's kind of where we are with it. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below. Again, we've seen this kind of stuff pop up a lot to where 360 emulators were being discussed way back in the day when the thing first came out, and it mostly led to this. So see a lot of excitement around a product that is a bit more expensive with the Switch 2. Let's see if we can trick them with a fake emulator. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.